Yeah. What up, man? We did it.
Yeah, yeah, man.
All right, cool. Dude,
Yeah,
thanks for doing this, man. I wanted to say sorry about having to cancel yesterday. It was, I don't know, I just wasn't organized this week, so it was my bad.
it's all good, man. Like I had trouble before, also. It's hard, man. It's hard to like get some time and just sit down.
It's surprising how difficult it is to like even just
Yeah,
like an hour or something like that. It's like, all right, I'm
yeah,
just gonna sit in front of my computer uninterrupted for an hour, and it's like,
yeah,
fuck, I don't know if I could do that.
yeah. It's hard, but we good now, man. We good.
We are good, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
how long have you been home for?
Today, what? Today it's Sunday, so I arrived on Wednesday.
Yeah, so you're fresh off the plane then.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I mean I had some night. Like I slept like 2 nights. It's
So
okay.
you're getting settled then.
I mean, yeah, I think next week I'll be like 100%.
Uh-huh.
Right now I'm still like tired and shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet. I don't know, man. There's something like traveling is. I've done like long, super long flights, and I've done like 5 hour difference flights, and it's like no matter what, they always kind of fuck me up in some way.
Yeah. Well, this one was long, man. I think this was the longest time I've been traveling.
Really? You said how
Yeah.
long did you say it was?
So since I woke up in China and I arrived home, it was like 65 or 68 hours.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I had some trouble. I had, I almost like they didn't let me get into two planes, so I had to change the way. I was going through like Australia, and then I had to go through England, like the UK,
Yeah, okay.
and then I had to go again and like Madrid, and it was crazy, man.
Dude, you like covered most of that side of the globe then.
Yeah, I did. I did a lot, man. I don't know. I have a map right here.
Oh yeah?
It was pretty much, yeah. It was just stupid because I went up and then I went down.
I was gonna say like
Yeah,
Australia to the UK is like way the fuck out of the way.
yeah, yeah. But anyways, we're
That's good.
good now.
So for all that flying, they didn't lose your bike, hey?
No, no, it's all good. All
Yeah,
good.
that's good, man. It's funny. You meet some people and that's like this never happened to them, and then you meet some people and it's happened to them at like the worst time possible.
No, it happened to me about just when I arrived in Chile, like two times. Okay.
Yep.
But my bag is like legal size, so it doesn't go on oversize or anything.
Okay.
So it's pretty hard that they lose that kind of bag.
How do you make it so small to fly with?
It it's just the size of the frame. That's just the size that you need.
What kind
Yo,
of
what's that dog, man?
Yeah,
The
it's my
dog,
dog Frank. He's chilling here with me.
Frank, man. Yo, Franquito.
This is Frank. Yeah, he's my homie.
Is that a
Yeah,
spot?
chilling in my spot here in my house.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's the shit. I'm super lucky.
That's sick.
I like just finished riding. I practiced for like just a quick hour before we did this. So I like finished riding. I ran to the fridge and got a couple beers, and yeah, now I'm in chill mode.
I already drank my whiskey.
You
I'm pretty.
you you said, oh no, you didn't wait for me.
Good. I was with my family. We were playing like a game.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and then it happened.
I was gonna say you would be the first one since I started this podcast to share beers with me, but still, no one's taking it.
I can still. I don't know if I'm allowed to drink like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just because of the sponsorship or whatever?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting. I was
I,
gonna ask you about that. So that's crazy, man. Huh?
yeah, I'm not sure. No,
Well,
yeah, in here, like we have this thing, like the country, like Chile,
yep.
is going through like some shit now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the supermarket closes like really early, and
So yeah, so the first time we tried to do the podcast, there was like like total pandemonium kicking off, and we had to postpone that first time. So you told me about that, and I was like, I don't even check my phone. I was like, I didn't even know what's going on. So I went and checked and saw what was kicking off. But what is it? What's all going on there right now?
So many things, man. But since then, it haven't stopped. Like it hasn't stopped. It's just the same every day. Yeah, it's crazy. Like everything is. I don't know, man. People are just tired of so many things, and they just go to the street, and some of them like just do pacific manifestations, and other people just break shit.
Wow.
They're breaking a lot of shit, man. So that's why like all the supermarkets and things like close early.
What? Oh yeah, man. That's crazy. It's a crazy thing to see because like you say, some people are out there for a real specific reason. And then another portion of people are out there just to be crazy and like fuck shit up. It's yeah, that's wild, man.
Yeah, sometimes it's even the same media that makes it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not like any conspiration or whatever theory. It's like they literally do it. Like
Wow.
there's videos of like this big manifestation and then just like a little tiny group. It's like burning one thing and all the TV channels are there.
Oh,
And they say that it's like everything is fucked, but it's not. It's weird,
wow.
man. It's deep, very deep.
That's why I don't read the news anymore, man. It fucking trips me out.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not in now, it's in my country, so I know. But if it wasn't, it's like in Hong Kong and in Spain and so many other countries have the same kind of manifestation
Right.
right now. So, but I don't know, man. I don't live there, so I don't. You know.
Yeah, it's different when it's your home turf, right? You feel obligated to kind of you're a part of it, and like
Yeah.
in some way or not. But yeah, we had so I live in Victoria, on Vancouver Island, and Vancouver is just across the water from us. You've been to Vancouver before.
Yeah, man.
They've had two major riots in the history that I've basically been alive, where like people were like flipping cop cars and lighting cop cars on fire and like fucking burning down like major city buildings. And both times it was because our hockey team lost the Stanley Cup finals.
Fuck,
It's so fucked
bro.
up, right?
That's not good though.
No,
Yo,
man. It's
that's not.
it's such a bummer to see. It's so stupid because like there's serious like political uprising in places where like people are actually like kicking up dust for like a real reason that like affects their lives. But here it's like our hockey team lost, so we're gonna fuck these cars up.
Handicap, man, yo.
It's yeah, it's tough to watch, man. The last time it happened was in 2013, and I was like shattered. I was so upset about it. It was like
Do you always win that or what?
the hockey games? No.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
it was like the first couple times that our teams made it all the way to the finals. And
oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
and then the team loses and people burn down the city.
Well,
Yeah, no, it's kind of messed up. But anyway, we've gotten off track here a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
That's all good, man. So yeah, on like a more positive note, how was your trip to China?
Well, I mean, it was okay, man.
Yeah.
Contest wise, I don't know. I don't feel that good about it, but it was fun to like have all of these riders from around the world in one place. It was like, I think, yeah, because it was like Juan from Colombia, it was Dub, the Spain team, Japanese, Europe was there, so it was like everybody was there, man. It was just nice. That was good. But besides of that, man, I don't know. I felt on fees, I felt good. And then on the UCI one, man, that was tough.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I qualified first, and then as I was last on the list to go for the semifinals, it was just I was so cold, so I couldn't focus. It was weird, man. So I
Oh,
just
so you were like physically cold, like it was cold there, or just you
uh,
were warmed up,
no,
like you did?
just like I didn't warm up that much.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy, man. That's like I've watched those whole things play out, and from the time it starts to the time the first place guy goes, it's a long time to be sitting around.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and they give like 4 minutes practice, but it's for riders, so it's like 1 minute. You can't really practice. But it was weird because like we have to wait on top of the stage.
Okay.
So I don't know, that kind of like messed my mind up. But I mean, yo, what you gonna do about it, man? That's it.
Yeah. It's tricky because like I watch as much as I can for sure, but unfortunately this year they're only streaming the finals. They don't stream like I think last year they streamed the semis and the qualifying. We got to watch all of it, so it's kind of like we only get to see the top eight. And yeah,
Ah, yeah, yeah. I guess it's because of the VPN. Like the internet in China works really bad, man.
really?
Yeah, you know they have this like the government blocks everything that it's not Chinese.
Shit.
So it's really hard to make like a live stream because it it's weird. It's weird how it works. Like if you want to use Instagram, you have to use like this VPN, which means like it makes believe the Wi-Fi that your phone or your computer it's like in another country. So
Oh,
like the signal has to go somewhere else, and it's super slow, man. It's crazy.
that's super annoying.
Yeah, it's very annoying, man. That's how they control people and like what they see and what they can't see. China, man.
Why can't they just chill out?
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
That
Too
is
many
wild,
people.
man. It seems like a cool place though. Like, did you get around? Like, you were there. Like, how long were you there altogether?
I think we were there like 2.5 weeks, something like that. We were like 2 weeks. It was okay, man. It was cool, man. Like we hung out. Like it was pretty much me, Dub, Juan Camilo, Sebastian from Colombia also, the Spanish team. Those like Moya and Varo, you know. There was a
Well,
Spanish team with the jersey of Spain and shit. Yeah,
yeah. Shout out to Moya. I love that guy. He's super,
yeah,
super cool. He's a super nice
man.
guy.
He's funny, man. That guy's funny.
I stayed with him at Real City Spin one year, and it was like 4 or 5 nights of just total silliness. It was yeah, that guy was hilarious. I laughed a lot with him.
What year was that? Like 2015 or what?
Um, shoot, that might have been the last Real City Spin. So 2016 maybe?
I was there, man.
Yep. Yeah, I met you that year. That was the first time I met you, I think.
Real City. Yeah, I think so. It was my first time in Canada also.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, cool,
Yeah.
man.
And
And since
after
then,
that,
I think that was the last Real City Spin, because I went to two in a row. That would have been
yeah,
2015 and 16, and then 17. It didn't happen that year, so.
yeah.
I saw you at Fees in Edmonton. That was the last time I saw you, I think. So
Did we met in Vancouver? I went to Vancouver.
no, man, I don't remember what happened that time because it was you and Taku, and
Yeah,
I missed that. I think I was away somewhere, but I can't remember where I was. So, but
man, that time was crazy, bro. That
yeah,
was crazy. Like with Percy,
yeah, Percy,
right?
Percy, that guy's so funny.
These guys, they put a like Percy one day comes to me and he's like, "Yo, Benji, you wanna fly?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I wanna fly." And like Billy and all the guys were like, "Bro, don't do that, man. Like Percy will make you fly." And I'm like, "Man, what are you talking about?" And then on the next day, he comes with like this big parachute, like a big parachute, and we went to like a big field, and he's like, "Okay, Ben, you're gonna put this parachute, and we're gonna run and like lift you up in the air." This is in the middle of the city, man, and I was like, I was tripping. I was like, "Okay, this is really happening," and I have some photos of it. And then all the guys started running, and I was like, like I couldn't actually, I couldn't fly actually. But now that I think about it, that was super dangerous, man. Because it was in the middle of the city. Like if I actually went up, I would have no idea how to get down or whatever. That's Vancouver, man.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh man, that guy is just nonstop like doing crazy, crazy stuff. He's yeah.
Dangerous, dangerous stuff. It's danger, man.
That's the funniest story anyone's told on this podcast.
Man, Percy is danger.
He is dangerous. Were you there in Real City Spin? We were doing a Chinatown jam, and he was wearing a backpack that was like one of those camelback water things, and he had like the water hose in his mouth. He was drinking as he was doing a backpacker, and then he fucking rolled down the ramp down to like the lower area of Chinatown doing a backpacker.
No way.
He was weaving in and out of like, dude, there was so many people like, and then he cut out onto the road into traffic and went all the way down the road to like one of the main like intersections. He just like pieced out on the jam, like just rolled out in a doing
Did people follow him actually? Like,
I don't know. I think we all ran. I think we all ran down the road to try and see what happened to him, but he was like he cut in front of cars and stuff, and like
he doesn't care, man. He just don't care.
no,
That's it.
yeah,
That's crazy, man.
that was a funny one. Yeah. What
Oh,
what did you think of Vancouver when you came out?
Vancouver, man, it was fun, man. It was fun. Like with Taku, we were hanging out. There was one street and like one place where like it was pretty intense. Like all these like, junkies get together, but it was just one street. That was pretty shocking for me. It was like, whoa. And man, you guys have no spots. Like, bro, your spots suck. Bro, we went to the stadium, man. That was like the most decent one, and I was like, oh man, you okay? And then we got kicked out. It was like, bro, where can we ride? There was no place to ride.
Oh man. Well, I think for our Vancouver Jam this year, they're getting a more legit spot. So hopefully it's better. Because yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
that's Circle, yeah. Yeah, the Circle one is good, but we didn't know about it back then.
Oh, okay, yeah. They got the circle one, and I think my friend Joey is trying to get something more solid put together for a spot. So
Joey, man. What?
so yeah, Joey will try and get something put together because we went and rode this spot over there. It was like a basketball court that was in this like family park with all these playgrounds and shit, and it was like a perfect surface, like just like a perfect grit on it, and it was pretty peaceful. People let us ride, and yeah, I was like, I wish we could do more there because it was a good spot. But yeah, you're right. Those spots are kind of whack sometimes.
Yeah, no, but it was not for the jam. That was just like me and Taku, like looking around in the city.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Fine. Yeah.
yeah. It's a good city. I love the people over there, like going to ride with those guys and stuff. I make it over there a couple times a year to ride with them, and it's yeah, it's good. It's a cool city. It's big. I mean, compared to where I live, it's a lot bigger, but like yeah, it's cool. It's a cool city.
Yeah, man.
That's sweet, man. So I don't know. This podcast is kind of just a free flowing freestyle podcast, so
Yeah.
it makes for good conversation. But like I wanted to ask you, so like you're getting ready for that China trip, and you had two contests that you were gonna basically get ready for. When you're leading up to that, like how much do you lock into your practice and stuff like that? Like I assume you ride every day for the most part, eh?
Well, no, man. Like, actually, for China, I couldn't ride my bike like seriously a week and a half before because what happened in Chile was like we had this problem manifestation, and what the government did is like they put the military out in the street, and they started at 7 p.m. Everybody had to be home, and so it was like, and if you're not home, it means that you can get arrested.
Wow.
So it was pretty much like 6 p.m. for me to because every spot that I go to, it's 1.5 hours away from my house.
Whoa.
So, and the subway was not working because they burned it. So it was like I didn't ride, like I was just not riding.
Wow, man, that's
So yeah,
crazy.
I couldn't really prepare for that contest like that much. But the months before, I was riding, yeah, maybe like from the 7 days of the week, I'll be 7, yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Well, I was like riding every, like one day I ride, one rest, one ride, one rest.
Wow, cool, man. So you actually incorporate rest into your schedule a little bit, hey?
It's more about like, yeah, I mean, it's more about like trying to get my projects and the other side things that I have going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take a lot of time, especially because I live very far from the city. So every time I want to do anything, it's like it's like a big mission to go to the city and get together for the meeting or whatever. And then yeah, coming back home. It's weird, man. It's like if I get out of my house, it's either I get out with my bike and everything that I need to ride and do the meetings with all that, or I just can't. I cannot do 2 trips, city and my house and then city again.
Wow. That's unbelievable, man. That's like hour and a half one way.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy, dude.
And now I can drive. I
Yeah,
can
okay.
drive. Like when I was younger, I couldn't drive, so I had to take my bike on the bus and then on the subway. Man, that sucks.
Yeah,
That's like,
that's crazy to think about. Like, 'cause the amount of time that you like would dedicate to a session, and then you add another basically like 3 hours on top of that. That's a long ass day.
yeah. Yeah, so when they did this thing of like going back home at 6 or 7, it was like man, it's like I have lunch at like 1, and then I don't know. And back then I was doing like I announced the movie already. I was doing that movie, so I had no time for anything else.
Huh. What movie was that? What are you talking about?
I released them, like we announced the movie we're doing right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called
Oh,
What the Flat.
oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's a documentary. There's many other writers. It's not just me, but I'm the main line guideline guy. It's pretty cool, man. I think on March we will announce when and where is it gonna be. How do you premiere? Launched? How do you call it?
Yeah, yeah, premiere.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, for sure.
it's gonna be on the US actually.
Dude, that's
Maybe
amazing.
on a movie festival.
Wow, that's sweet. Who's
Yeah.
doing it? Who's filming it all and stuff?
The production company, like the name of them, it's G Lab Media House.
Okay.
They're doing it. They're just friends. They work really good, and we've been filming for about 1.5 years now.
Wow, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been crazy, man. Like every time it keeps evolving, because it started as one idea and then it evolved, and every time we add more things. Like right now, we have to also add the fact that Chile is going through all of these crazy protests. So I will go with them and film on the protests, so then we can show that on the movie. That's why on Instagram, like I got some pictures of the protest and all that shit.
Yeah, yeah, the pictures are crazy that you posted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see like how they destroy some things, or you can see like how people also like are really nice when I do Flatland around there.
Yeah, I saw one where like you were doing some tricks and all these people were watching and like everything was cool. And then I saw you
Yeah.
another one you were doing tricks and like a bunch of shit was on fire behind you.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's so then you get the idea, it's like you get the people that do these kind of things, and you also get the people with a super positive energy on the manifestation. I'm very respectful, man. Like they do a cipher, super good vibe. Nice.
Wow, that's heavy, man. That's really crazy. It's yeah. Wow, that's super heavy. Well, I hope things clear up, man. Like it's from somewhere where that shouldn't. I mean, it has happened a couple of times, like I said, but it's like that's pretty uncommon for somewhere like where I live. So it's yeah, it's crazy to watch from afar and see like just how many people were there too. Like the pictures of like the town, like the area, the main area where all the protesters were. There's like a
One
couple
million.
people.
1
Yeah.
million. I mean, we are like 18, so 1 million is pretty heavy on one spot,
Wow.
you know.
Wow.
But yeah, like we're hoping for good changes on lifestyle qualities. I mean, some like basic things that we need, you know. It's like, yeah, Chile is very weird. It's like the most developed country of Latin America, but at the same time, the like life conditions are pretty shitty. So that's
Wow.
what people like get sick of, got tired of, you know.
Yeah. Crazy, man. So you say, whereabouts do you exactly live? You're outside of Santiago?
Yeah, so Santiago is like a valley. It's surrounded by mountains,
Uh-huh.
and I live like on the mountain. So like every time it's like this, you know, and then I'll have to go down to the city. Yeah, I live like on the boondocks. I don't know. It's far. No, but where I live, it's really nice. It's really nice where I live. It's
Cool, man.
like this chill place, but it's super far, man. Super
Yeah.
far.
So is that where you grew up?
No, no. I grew up like on the city,
Okay.
and yeah, just I don't know. I moved in here. I started doing flatland on one park over there in the city. It was just like friends and skateboarders, just fun and whatever. And then bro, like everything here was like this, super crazy. You get out of my house and it's like you cannot pedal like upwards.
Wow.
So I didn't have any spot. So in here I had to like on the backyard I built up like a little square of concrete, and that's where I started riding like heavy, like
Yeah.
very heavy, man. Like every day I would just wake up and ride, and then until the nighttime. And I think here is where I got like a decent riding level, you know, steamrollers and like turbines, kind of like that. Yeah,
So
and then
how old were you then?
I think 15, around 15. Yeah.
So I just this morning actually I watched that edit
15.
that you have on YouTube called Easy Edit.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
the one.
So
Yeah.
that's the spot?
Yeah, that's the spot. Well, yo, it's funny, man. In the video, it looks super big, but in real life, man, like invited for the Iggy bandwagon trip. They came to my house, and like Dub couldn't ride it, man.
Wow.
It was just like too small. It's too tiny, man. And Taku was like, bro, this shit. And then I didn't ride it for a long time, so like you can do like steam. If you watch that video, it's pretty much like steamrollers and time machine, some turbine steamrollers, and that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
because I was kind of looking at it, kind of eyeing up my spot too, and I got to think like it's probably pretty close to kind of how big my area is in here. I think I might have a little bit more room here, but that's so you put crazy hours down on that thing.
yeah, man, like crazy. This was the first moment where I like pushed the riding level. You know, I really pushed it, and I was just like going over many other riders here in Chile, and then I came into the scene after like I don't know. After I got this level, I realized that there was a big scene in Chile and went to contesting here. That helped me also to progress.
That's cool, man. I always kind of wonder because like a lot of people grow up riding different type spots, and if you grew up riding a spot that's pretty small, Do you think that like could cater to somebody's style over the years as far as like how they develop a style?
Yeah, yeah. Well, what I realized after like a few months or like, yeah, like a year, it was that I was just like, man, I was going crazy with all this spinning and whatever. So on the weekends, only Saturday and Sunday, I was allowed to go further. I would wake up very early in the morning, like 10 a.m., and just go into the city and find like these big spots. And I would just practice like whiplash and hitchhikers or like rolling tricks, but that was only like 2 days a week, and then on the week I could only write this like after school.
Hmm.
So yeah, that helped me a lot also, like to realize spinning wasn't the only thing, you know. And then yeah, and after that I just got out of high school and I went to China for the shows, and that's where I like, yo, every day I could ride a big spot with space, you know, and that changed my style a lot.
Wow. So how long did you go to China for the shows for? I knew that you went for the shows, but how long were you there doing that?
I did two contracts. The first one it was 6 months, and then the second one was another. Well, it was 5 months. Yeah, 5 and 5 months.
Wow, that's a long time of just riding every day.
Yeah, man, and it's non-stop. Like you only had one day free a week, so that's 4 days a month. So you ride pretty much like every day, bro, 3 times.
3 times. I mean, like knee-jerk reaction, I say, damn, that's sweet, but I kind of feel like that would get old pretty fast.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, it was crazy times back then. I was young and like the way you deal with it, I don't know, you could deal with it like in many ways. We were partying a lot, man. Like
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah, back then. And so yeah, I guess it was fun. It was fun, man. It was
That's
fun. It was 2 years of like pretty intense life experiences. And then I had to chill out like. Then I went sober for like 3 years of everything.
I
No,
think when I think when I first met you, you weren't drinking or anything at all.
yeah, yeah. It was 2016 actually, because
Yeah.
15 I did my last contract in China. Then yeah, I did the last contract. I came back to Chile, and then I got sponsored by Red Bull. And I was like, okay, man, I really gotta settle down some things, and like take this seriously. It was a good opportunity, so I decided to stop everything. And yeah, I think I was sober until like a few months back, maybe April.
Oh,
Yo, my first beer, bro, after 3 years of being sober, it was with Moya, man. That guy, yo, Moya. If you're watching this shit, it was you, man. It was you. You gave me my first beer. Now I'm back on it. Fools.
oh man, Moya might have derailed something. Maybe he was trying to sabotage you for the fees circuit.
No, man. I don't know. But yeah. Nah, I mean, that was it. China was fun, though. China was really fun.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I like because when I first met you, I think you told me you had quit drinking and stuff because you wanted to like get real serious because you had just gotten sponsored and all that. And it really like I don't know. I watch a lot of documentaries about sports and I read a lot of sports like books about psychology and like stuff like that. And it's kind of like a really common thing with a lot of people when they get to a level where all of a sudden shit's changed. Like they can take it real seriously all of a sudden, and like this thing that they've loved for such a long time all of a sudden can be like something that supports their lives.
Yeah.
And they reach a point where they're like, I need to take this completely seriously. And then from that, they even reach a more like a high level of training and like learning a lot faster and stuff like that. That's really cool, man. Cause like, how old were you at that time?
Uh, well, I was 20 or 21.
Yeah, for you to do that at 21, man, like that's That's impressive because like when I was 21, there was no way I would I would have taken the time to like realize an opportunity like that and chill
Yeah.
out a bit.
No, but I mean, it was either two ways, man. It was either I stopped or I like, or I like, I don't know, man. End up fucking shit up, man. Like, I had sponsors, so I just had to, you know, because it was really hard, man. Like, imagine being like 18, you just get out of your parents' house, you go to like this contract, you have your own house, you're making a lot of money. It's like you're in another country. It's I mean, it's nice and everything, but yo, like, it's not good for the health, man. Like, really. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just more like, I guess it doesn't really affect riding as as much as like it could affect, like your health. Like, even, I don't know, people can ride being hangover or whatever. It's just their thing. I don't,
Mhm.
I don't think it affects that much, but it could really affect on like your relationships. It could affect on like trouble that you can get into many trouble because of that. So that kind of things. But
That's
anyways,
no, that's really good, man. Because like taking a break from something like that is, yeah, it's like you say, it can go one of two ways. It can either, it's awesome for like a little bit until the wheels fall off and you fuck a bunch of stuff up or
yeah,
throw away an
yeah,
opportunity, or you can just take a break from it and like straighten things out for a bit. And like I
yeah,
quit drinking for a little bit, um, for the most part, like yeah, a good stretch, and it was like it was needed for sure. I played in a metal band for like 7 years.
wow.
Yeah. We toured a lot and it was the funnest time of my life for sure, but like I know what you mean. It's like I was like 22 at the time or something, and I was just like just behaving like an absolute asshole with partying and stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine, man. Damn,
It's
that's
good.
tough. Like, touring is crazy.
Yeah, it was fun. It was super unhealthy for sure. Like
Yeah.
it was awful, but it was fun, super fun, and like it taught me a lot about like myself and like traveling and the I don't know, being away from home at the time and stuff, which was good. So yeah, it was cool. But
A
yeah,
metal band, man.
what's that? Sorry.
I didn't expect that you were on a metal band.
Yeah, yeah. I was
What did you?
like, what instrument did I play?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
played guitar.
Oh
I had,
yeah.
yep, yeah, I played guitar and like I can play a bit of everything, but I really like I played guitar in the band and I was obsessed with it for like a long time. So that
Yo,
was
that's
dope.
cool, man.
It was fun. Yeah. I've always been like a pretty artistic dude. Like I love art and filmmaking and drawing and stuff like that. And music's like even still I listen to music all day, most days. Like it's yeah. So playing in a band like that was a lot of fun. And yeah, it's funny, like Flatland kind of translates into like a bit of an artistic thing, which is kind of cool. So, I mean, only been flatlanding for like 6 years, but yeah, I get the parallel. It's
Full
nice.
art. Flatland is full art, man. It's like straight art. It's dancing, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool, man. It's seeing your style evolve over the years too, like watching the easy edit and then seeing like your latest footage, man. Like so one thing I wanted to ask you, because like you can see in that video like you have for sure like you were pretty young but you had like a really really impressive style for being quite young, and then comparing it to how you ride nowadays you can see like you've changed styles for sure, but you still have a lot of the same stuff. But like one thing I noticed was like you now have complete, like you use, like I got the microphone pegs. Shout out to Dub right here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So like when you discovered those pegs, like your style like really took off. Like you came up with a bunch of crazy shit, and you were already doing pivots and stuff before that, but like things lit up like big time when you got on that on that tip with the
Yeah.
microphone peg.
Yeah, I mean, it was a mix, man. It was a mix on many things. Like I remember like the previous years, the previous 2 or 3 years of me going to China. So yeah, when I was around 15 or 16, Dub came to Chile. You know that? So he came here to like do a show or whatever, and he liked it, and he stayed in here for the summer. So I rode with him 2 entire summers. Like every day we were riding in one spot. I
Wow.
would travel like an hour and a half also just to go see that motherfucking guy, waking up at like 4 p.m., bro, arriving at the spot at like 5. And then, yeah, it was a mix because back then, like, Dub was like finding his own style. You know, he was like on this search of originality. It was when he was doing the transition of like front wheel to back wheel. And on then, like, I was riding with him and I was like, trying to like, yo, this guy's good. Like, I want to be good also. And then we push each other. But he will always like tell me like, come on, man, you gotta do some original stuff. Like, that's how Flatland works. Because I was really stuck on like just learning, base tricks, like common tricks. And that was the moment where I just like started doing like pivots and like trying to develop something else with like a different flavor. And the first year I went to China, Dub had like the first pair of pegs.
Oh
And
wow.
he gave them to me like straight sponsor and everything. It was like, yes. So that motivated me a lot to like, okay, if I have these pegs now, I really gotta pivot now. It worked, man. The first edit I got there, it was like against the current.
Yep. Yep. That's a dope edit.
We made it. That was like the first, introduction of like, yo, this is Ben. Like, you know, but because Dub back then already had like, he did this like spring edit. I think that was like the edit that made him like, blow up. So after that, he posted down with me, and it was just like, I think from then, like, I really started developing a different writing style.
Yeah. It's crazy to think, like, what if you didn't meet him?
Yeah, it's like many things, man. I mean, but yeah, that's like, you can be the whole day thinking like, yo, what if that time this guy robbed my bicycle, man? Like, I would not be like,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way life works though. It's like things just line up sometimes real perfect, and then
uh,
like shit just manifests out of it, and things happen. That's pretty cool, man.
yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool. I mean, it's like a tool. Like when I first got these pegs and put them on my bike, like I was like, I almost didn't even know how to use them. I was like, it's not just something different to stand on. Like it literally changes the way that your wheel works, kind of. And yeah, it took me a while to get used to them for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty much for you gotta ride on the edge. That's it. You know? It's a peg like you're always on the edge and like you're always ready to pivot. That's it. Because like if you're gonna do just rolling tricks with the foot like next to the fork, it's
Uh-huh.
just gonna be awkward, because your feet are gonna be like this. But if you're on the edge all the time, like it's more comfortable.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So you don't ride on the like inside of the peg at all? You pretty much just still only stand on the outside?
Pretty much, man. I only put my feet next to the fork when I gotta pump something or when I'm spinning something.
Yeah, okay.
But besides of that, it's like, I mean, it's always on the edge because then for sure you want to move somewhere, you know? You want to like pivot somewhere out.
Yeah. Wow, that's really cool, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like for someone like that to come and hook you up with a product that like really kind of it's like a springboard. It's just like your style that you already had at that point and everything just like boom, you went to like a new level of it. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's cool because it is a sport of originality. So a lot of it can be up here with the stuff that you want to come up with, but like sometimes it's also about some gear or like a new part of your bike that motivates you to ride a little bit differently.
Yeah. I mean, well, I think the one part of Iggy that really make some things possible is the pedal,
Really?
like the sweet spot. Yeah, like I've done some pivots on the pedal, and like, bro, if you don't have that pedal, it's like it's really annoying. Like I tried doing pivots on the pedal with like regular ones. Like I will just like strip down the pins, but it's not the same. Like that's the one part that you really need if you want to do like pivots on the pedal.
Wow.
But besides of that, like the pegs and also the grips is just for like, make riding more comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta get some of those grips. My grips are fucked on my bike right now.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
grips are nice, man.
yeah.
Grips.
I gotta hit Dub up and get him to send me a pair. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's sweet, man. Like this, you've been one person I really wanted to talk to, just because like we hit it off like pretty good. Like you were just an interesting dude to talk to, and like you like drawing and you like art and stuff like that. It's like kind of cool. Like you definitely see like you have more of an artistic approach to it, and it definitely
Yeah.
shows with your writing, like 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I like drawing a lot.
Yeah. Do you draw all the time, or like how often do you draw?
Well, it depends, man. Usually I draw when it's like raining on like winter kind of moment.
Yeah.
I also draw when I'm sad. I don't know why. um, what else? I'm also doing like this other project where I'm doing clothing.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I do some designs on like computer and then I bought the machine and I can just print some t-shirts and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome,
Sec-
man.
Secret now, but one day when I feel ready, I will release that. It's
That's really
like
cool, man.
yeah, it would be
That's
dope.
if you want me to cut that part out of the podcast, just let me know too. So
No. I mean, it's good, like just to
cool.
hype it up. But I mean, I haven't officially released it,
Yeah, yeah,
but I kind of know that I'm doing like I already released like one hoodie with like a collaboration with another brand.
yeah. Okay.
But as my brand, I'm still like trying to figure out. It's a lot of work, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need building up a team for that specific project.
Wow, good for you, man. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's
It's hard,
good.
man. That's why I don't write every day, all day. So,
Yep. It's hard, man. I started a like a full-blown YouTube show. I do welding as like my job, and
well,
yeah, I do like really specialty, like really crazy welding too. So I started this YouTube show that I'm doing once a week where I weld like some fucking crazy project, and like it's it's become like a full-time job. Like it's a lot of work to do. And like I ride usually on a good week for sure 6 days a week. But even with the spot in my house, like since I started this YouTube show, it's been like I have to really fucking plan my week, like really make sure I get like I wake
yeah,
up hella early now, man, like way too early, and it's like if I can do that, then I can get like a full hour of practice on my bike before work, and then I work for 10 hours, and then I come home, I see my kids, my family, I eat, I get changed, and then I usually go back to my shop and I'll like film welding videos one day a week or something like that. And then, as you know, there's like editing and stuff on top of it. So it's like I get your I get your grind, man. I feel you.
Man, what about that welding? It's like, what kind of material do you weld?
Clean stuff, real nice stuff. I do like specialty steels and aluminum and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, so I don't do any gross steel. I do like a little bit of chromoly steel, a lot of stainless steel, um, like a little bit of titanium, mostly aluminum though. But like, yo, check out these handlebars on my bike. I
yeah.
made I made them. I make a bunch of handlebars. Like,
Oh,
uh,
yeah. I like
yeah,
that term. I
yeah,
like the one on the
yeah.
top.
Thanks, man. It's I'm not gonna sell them or anything like that. I just wanted bars that kind of were like that, but. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's fun. I started to learn to weld like when I was 21 or 22 or something like that, and
Hmm.
I got super into it. I got like obsessed with it. It's like an art form in itself. You're like,
Yeah, yo, I've seen like I actually been looking up like recently. It's funny, like this welding art where they will just do like this crazy drawings just of like welding.
yeah, man. You should what have you been watching? Do you remember the dude's name?
I don't know, man. I just searched them on Pinterest.
Oh yeah?
Like, yeah, yeah. I just watch like welding art, and it will just pop like this crazy, crazy like Mexican skulls, like super detailed kind of.
Fuck yeah, man. You're like the exact person I'm trying to get to on YouTube right now.
Oh, really?
Here, I'm gonna send you a couple things right now on your phone.
Man,
Yeah, dude, I got like super obsessed with it.
yo, yeah, yeah, this kind of, yo, yo, for the people,
Yeah, that's
that's welding.
you know Blink 182?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you another one. I did the drummer Travis's logo and shit.
Yo, wait, did you make this one?
Yeah,
No
man.
way. You
Yep.
did this?
Yeah, that's me.
Fuck off, man. Really?
Yeah, 100%. It's dude,
Bro,
I've been going super hard on this YouTube channel for like 7 months
yo,
now.
you actually made it?
Yeah.
You made it, man. Yo,
Yeah.
I've been looking for this kind of stuff like the past month.
Yeah, man.
Oh, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. Yeah,
That's
that's
super
this
fucking
shit.
weird. Yeah.
Man,
So yeah, man, it's like I've taken like drawing and then mixed it with like
this is
the
fucking dope.
yeah, the love of welding and stuff like that. But I get long story short, doing something on the side, like aside from riding, is a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can imagine, man. It's like every drop, like.
Oh yeah, no, it's been I've been welding for like 17 years, and yeah, I've been to school for it all and stuff now, and now it's like I don't know. I'm at the point of just having fun with it now, which is kind of cool. So,
Man, that's really dope. Like,
oh,
that's really dope. And
thank you.
it's crazy, man. Like, I think this should really be more kind of like a mainstream art form. Because I don't know, for me, it's like it's so good because you make it, but it's also like you can put it outdoors or whatever, and it's like, dude, it's welding. It won't like get damaged
Yeah,
that bad. So it's
dude,
like,
they send welded shit to Mars, and it will be there forever.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I
Oh,
saw
what
this.
about doing this kind of designs on a frame? Could you do it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Yo, that would be sick. That is.
I'll start doing flatland immersion frames.
And if you do something with this kind of design, man, that would be sick. Maybe
Oh.
we should talk this on the side of the podcast because people yeah. Yo,
We gotta
yo,
spin off, people. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in.
yeah, yo, flat Bible, man. Flat
Flat,
Bible, bro.
yeah, Flat Bible. Who is Flat Bible? Is it you?
No, flat Bible, man. Ah,
Yeah.
man.
No, it's cool, man. It's like so I can totally cut this part out of the podcast starting now. I want to just straight up ask you this on the side, but like
Okay.
I'm pretty into psychedelics and stuff too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I like psychedelics and art and stuff like that, or like and music, or like a few things that definitely go hand in hand. And it's really changed the way I approach things. And I know, and again, I'll cut this out completely if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want to.
it's all good.
But like you guys have been to like ceremonies and stuff like that. Has that
Yeah.
changed like the way that you think about shit like Flatland?
Oh man, that's like, well, it's not that bad actually. Like we put out a video of like the journey and everything. Where like I'm always posting shit about DMT and like very explicitly. Like um but man, with with things like ayahuasca, like it's like you realize bigger things, man. So Flatland happens to be this so tiny little thing in the world, and like it's a big thing in like our lives, maybe, you know, in my life especially. But this will make you realize how not important that is in your life, really. When it comes to like, if you're here in this world to learn experience or whatever, it's like, okay, it's a good thing, but it's not the only way, like the main thing. So like, yeah, it's funny you ask, because like one time I remember like very clearly where where well, all of this happens in like this, you know, it's kind of like a dream, you know, so it's like this abstract concept place. And I had to leave, I had to like, on this place I had to leave my old life behind, you know. It was kind of like a test, because it's very weird, man, it's hard to explain, but I had to just like leave like everything, like Flatland, like drawing, whatever I liked, I just had to let it out. And then you can realize what you really are. It's weird, man.
Wow.
But it made me look Flatland on a different way. Like, I don't know. It's weird, man. Like before, I remember when I was a kid and it was like man, my bike was everything. Like if I lost my bike, like my life was done. Now it's like, yo, I can get a new bike, and I don't know. Flatland is a nice thing now and everything, but you can do so many other things.
Yeah, it's like you find that you can express things in so many different ways. Like, yeah, it's funny you say it like that because it does make it, it's not insignificant, but it shows you how like, you know, trying to think of the word that like Buddhism uses for it, but like nothing's permanent. Like impermanence is like a very common
Yeah,
theme kind of stuff, and it's like the impermanence of Flatland or the impermanence of art in another way or the impermanence of like you as a person. It's like it's
yeah.
so, I don't know, it's weird, man. It definitely like gives you a check on like how fucking disposable all that stuff is, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's like then you're not attached. You don't depend on anything, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but
I've no, that's really cool, man. Because like I've never done ayahuasca or DMT. Those are two things I would like before I die. I have to 100%. And I want to do. I don't like. There's places in Vancouver where like fucking hippies like set up little like mini ceremonies and stuff. But I don't want to do that. Like I don't. I don't think I could.
don't never ever in your life do it if it's not on the jungle, bro.
Yeah.
Like DMT is okay. That shit is okay, man. Like that one is, that's what I feel, man. I feel like that one is made for like city life where everything is just crazy and everything. You just go to a quiet place, you do it, you close your eyes, 20 minutes of trip, and then like after 1 hour you can actually drive and you're okay. And that's it.
That's
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's super crazy, but that's the one. Like I would not recommend you doing that shit if it's not on the proper way.
That's cool of you to say, man, because like I really would like to do it in a like legitimate setting with like experienced like shaman or whatever you want to instructor or guide or whatever people call it. But yeah, it's cool because like psilocybin is pretty common here. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool, man. That's really cool to hear you talk about it. I would love to come down to South America sometime. Like I have one friend I've really talked about doing it seriously with, and like, yeah, I think at some point, like, I really wanted to do it before I had my children, just to like fucking
Life, man. Yo, life. It's okay. It should happen, man. I mean,
yeah, yeah, but yeah, I will. I don't know. I'll make a point to do it for sure.
yeah, ceremony. It's a lot of it's a lot of things, man. It's like plane ticket. Then you gotta find the shaman. Then you gotta, find the place. You gotta do the diet for it. So if you have kids, like you have to be gone for a while, you
Yeah,
know. So maybe DMT is a good, you know, kind of like plan.
yeah, starting point. I
Yeah.
yeah, no, it would work. My wife's cool with it. She's she knows what she married. She's married.
It's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's cool because like BMX is like a travel thing in itself. And with like oh sorry. Yeah, I'd like to plan a trip to go ride somewhere very different. Like, South America has a decent scene, which would be cool. And to combine it with something like that would just be incredible. That would be a trip I'll never forget.
In Colombia, there's Juan and like the Palencia brothers is like they have a good scene. I think they
Okay.
have like the best. Colombia and Brazil have like the best flatland scene on South America.
Sweet.
But
Yeah.
Brazil is too big, so they're like all like spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, cool, man. I'd love to do that. I promised Masato I'd visit him in Japan first, but maybe I'll jump on a plane from where he lives and go down.
Have you been in Japan before?
Never, man.
Oh
That's like
no, no, no.
my number one joint. I really want to go to Japan. Like I can't
The
wait.
best fucking country ever in this world, man.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
That country's sick. Yo, I'm going to Japan like on January.
Yeah?
Yeah, they invited me for like another contest. It's gonna be sick. But man, Japan is worth it, man. That's worth it. Man,
Yeah.
that's really something else.
Cool. I would go to Japan without my bike. Like I just want to go that bad. I'm bringing my bike for sure, but yeah,
If you
I
don't
would.
bring it, you're gonna regret it so bad, bro. So bad. Yo.
No, I can't do that to myself. I went to Australia last year and I went to some cities that had like the best spots and I didn't have my bike and it was so painful. It was really hard.
You can go to Colombia without a bike. That's okay. That's okay. But bro, Japan without a bike is like, yo,
No, yeah, I don't think Masato would hang out with me if I didn't come with my bike. So
man. Oh, you gotta bring a bike. Japan
yeah,
is so sick, man. Japan is
sweet.
sick.
What's your favorite contest to go to there? What are you going for in January?
It's secret. They don't
Okay.
announce it yet.
No, yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, because Japan's crazy because they have like there's Flat Arc and the big ones, but then there's like the Saga Run contests and like King of Ground and stuff are like pretty
Alright.
like legit underground kind of contests, and those look like a ton of fun too.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been into a small Japanese contest.
Yeah.
I've only had a G-Shock, FEES, just like these international ones. But I've been every time, I mean, not every time, but the last couple of times, I did like road trips with Taku
Okay.
on a van. So we visit like these like places with the little like, I mean, visiting the riders on their spots. That was really cool, man. Like it's crazy, bro. Like you would pull up in like this town in the middle of nowhere, and there's like this sick ass Japanese rider with like the best style ever, super original. Like, what the fuck? Nobody knows this guy. Just here riding, killing it by himself.
Wow, that's so cool. And the spots look so sick.
Man, everything outside Tokyo, it's like flatland.
Crazy.
Tokyo's, man, Tokyo, like you only have like Aoki Park or like Matsudo.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. And they're like very far. It's crazy. But on the outsides, you have like all these like big ones. Sick.
Wow, that's sweet, man. Yeah, I'll do it up. I'd love to go for like a good contest. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool to see. It's cool to see how they culture that. Like they're just a big culmination of people, and then as the people are in such a, confined, different cities and stuff like that, the growth of Flatland is so big and so fast over there. It's yeah, it's crazy to watch from a distance for sure.
Yeah. They also have like BMX schools. They're really well organized.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, by myself, I already know about four that are really good, and for sure there is like much more. So
Yeah.
and they work, man, because like the mentality of the kids over there is different. So it's kind of different. I don't know. If I try to teach a kid here in Chile, they will get very frustrated and just stop writing. But in Japan, it's like they actually pull the tricks. They get good.
That's amazing to see, man. That's really cool. It's yeah, it makes me happy to know that like Flatland really has a future and like
For sure. For sure.
yeah, yeah, that's cool, man. So,
Japan is Japan and France. That's it. That's the Flatland future.
huh. Yeah. Cool, man. Well, dude, we've done like an hour and 10 minutes already. Like
Good, man. It's time to sleep for me, man. It's been
yep.
too many days without sleep.
Yeah, yeah, you need to rest up, man. But like, dude, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed this. Like this is really, really cool, man. It was like
Yeah,
we've had a couple like really cool conversations in person, but like this was awesome. This is really really my pleasure, man. Thank you.
dude. You know what's awesome? To know that a Flatland rider can actually make this, man. This is fucking sick. Yo,
No,
this is sick for real.
thank you, man. It's yeah, it's the other thing I'm really passionate about. Like it's an art that I really enjoy and stuff. So there's still a lot I can learn for sure. I'll never say I know everything about anything, but yeah, it's like
That's
I got a
pretty
knack, I
sick,
got a knack
bro.
for welding pretty quick, and then I like once I combined it with the artistic stuff, it was just like yeah, it just became a lot of fun all of a sudden.
So you're doing a YouTube channel about these ones?
Yeah, yeah, I'll text it to you.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I
it's
really watch this. I
yeah,
really watch this kind of
it's called Pacific Arc TIG Welding, and it's like
Pacific Arctic welding.
Arc TIG Welding, ARC.
Okay, Arc. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Arc. Yeah. You
yeah,
know Owen Tom?
yeah. Oh, I've never met him, but I know who he is. Yeah.
He's a welder also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. He welds like he makes his own frames and everything. That's what he does.
Shit, he's in Argentina, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Well, if you know him, you gotta text him that channel.
Yo, I'm gonna send him this. Like I'm sure he's gonna trip out, man. He's
Oh,
gonna trip.
sweet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, this is really cool, man. I'm stoked to see you in person next time. So
Yeah, that'll be sick, man.
yeah.
Yo, next time we see each other in person, just bring something so I can actually like touch it.
Yeah, I will, man. I got all kinds of crazy shit here in my garage, but I'll bring you something dope.
Some small. No, no, it's not be like.
Some like huge thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it up, man. That'll be sweet. I look forward to it.
Yes, sir. We talk about life, man. We're talking about life. We're talking about welding, psychedelics. We're talking about BMX.
Like political protests, we like
Political for yo. We got them all, man. We got them all.
we've covered a lot of ground, man. That's it's probably the most vast podcast we've done. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you thought we were gonna talk about like, nah, man, no, yo.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
This has been fucking awesome.
Yeah, man. Have a
Yeah.
good one, bro.
Okay, you too, buddy. Peace.
Bye.